Hey! Heroine! You here? Red made a fuss and came running in the house. Oh, Red, did you just get here? I heard someone ask you to be his girlfriend. Is it true? Red came home late for dinner and made a fuss as soon as he came in. I was cooking in the kitchen, but he dragged me out. Hey! Thanks to that, Yano and Tay, who were helping me make dinner, came out to the living room too. On the living room sofa, Lance was quietly reading his book in his own little world, ignoring all the noise. Hey, did you guys hear the rumor about this kid? But wait, how could you wear your shoes into the house? Oh, right. Tay was being the mom again. Red realized it then, took off his shoes, and threw them to the front door. Anyways, what happened today? I was so surprised when a freshman told me today. What was it? Swan! I heard the freshman Swan was asked out by a flower boy or something. I wondered who it was about when I first heard it. But when I heard more of it, I realized it was you. Do you know how surprised I was? Hey, you guys knew? Yano calmly replied to Red, who was making a huge fuss.
Yes, I'm in her class. The class was a bit noisy because of that. Everyone must really be bored. People should use that time to do something productive rather than talking about others.
Hey, you douchey silverhead. How can you talk about it as if it's about some stranger? It's about the heroine. Wouldn't it be best to calm down first since she's right in front of you? I never intended to become the center of everyone's attention. But I've already decided. The person I like... So what happened? Are you his girlfriend? Huh? I was spacing out, but Red urged for an answer. He asked you out! It happened so fast. Flower Boy told me to give him an answer later. He's pretty cocky. Red suddenly fumed. Ah, I'm mad. How dare he ask the heroine to be his girlfriend so confidently? Maybe some villain's behind this. Commander, I should go and meet that boy.
Why do you want to meet him? It's between a man and a woman. Let them decide what to do.
Ah, that douchey silverhead. Are you okay with this?
What does that have anything to do with me? I am completely fine. I have no memories of the time we spent together. Is being asked out a big deal?
Lance looked at Red as if he was saying ridiculous things. Lance, of course, being asked out is a big deal. I guess things are definitely different for someone popular. Red, I don't think it's anything to get that worried about. I barely calmed him down. You guys are the ones who get asked out and get gifts from girls all the time. Doesn't that just mean let's play? Of course, I think that girl who asked you to play soccer with her meant it. Girls don't usually bring chocolate or letters and ask you to play soccer with you, do they? At Tay's words, Lance gave his scorning look, and Red still had a big question mark on his face. Oh, Red, you're so cute. I see, so that's what happened. Ugh, my phone on the living room table rang. I hurried and picked it up. Hello? Honey? Mom? Where are you? Your father and I are at the hotel right by the airport. Huh? You're here already? I thought you were coming next week. Ah, Mom, the worst. I was surprised at the unexpected call. But Mom only thought about herself, as always, and didn't seem to care about my reaction. She just calmly explained the changed schedule. The schedule changed a bit, so we had to. Do you remember what I told you last week? Can you come out now? Right now? Right now? I feel flustered. Besides, I was supposed to prepare dinner today, so I was cooking. Yes, and we can't stay here for more than an afternoon. You're home right now, right? I'll send a car over, so take that and come here. Oh, Mom, I look at the family in my living room. Everyone was standing there quietly, listening in on my call. Why? Do you have something else? My parents made time out of their busy schedule for me, so I couldn't just refuse. I can't not see them when they've come all this way. I nodded, although she wouldn't be able to see. Okay, all right. Send the car over. I'll be right there. Okay, then get ready. I'll see you soon. Okay. And as soon as the call ended, everyone's eyes sparkled as if to ask me for an explanation. I laid down my phone and opened my mouth. So, my mom's the worst. I'm sorry, but I have to go somewhere right now. Can you guys prepare dinner yourselves?
Yes, of course. Master, don't worry about us and go ahead.
Your parents? Tay asked. Yeah, they're both here right now. They don't have much time, so I'm supposed to see them at the airport. I have to start getting ready. I remember what she asked of me. She told me to dress up. If I don't, I think they'll be upset. Okay, then be careful. It's late, so watch out. Yeah. Oh, Red? Yeah? The thing that happened today, it's really nothing. I was going to refuse anyways. Really? Yeah. I've never been asked to be someone's girlfriend before, so I was just startled. But I knew I'd refuse him from the first moment. Really? I was surprised for nothing. Red seemed to feel happy again and laughed out loud. He's so simple. Then I'll go get ready. I'm going to eat outside, so you guys eat first without me. Yano told me to just trust him. I smiled at his words and went into my room. I trust you, Yano. A few moments later, I went to the front door all dressed up. Let's see. What do I put on? Oh, this'll be good. I take out the heels Yuri gave me. I was about to leave the house when Lance approached me. I guess that should be a deeper He seems to have something to say. Lance looked at me for a while without saying anything. No, to be more exact, he was looking at my heels.
I've been meaning to ask you. Those heels, aren't they uncomfortable?
Huh?
They look very uncomfortable to me.
Really? But everyone says they're pretty.
I did not ask whether or not they are pretty. I asked if they are uncomfortable.
They are uncomfortable, but I have no choice if I want to look good.
I just hope you are not the one who ends up getting hurt.
What? My heart ached at what Lance said. He still cares. Whoops. How do I get out of here? No. Ugh, gosh, what have I done? Abort. Thank you for leaving. Okay, Feel's gotta shut up, because I'm clicking things I shouldn't be clicking. And then I was reminded of someone. Why am I thinking of Yuri? Lance looked at my heels again and then stared at me.
Call me if something happens.
Lance left those last words and went back to his room. Oh, Lance. What was Lance trying to say to me? I couldn't forget what he said about the one who ends up getting hurt. Oh, he still cares. Oh my God. Are you really our daughter? Long time no see, Mom and Dad. You're all grown up. I know. Honey, what's gotten into you? I can't believe you've changed this much. I'm not sure if you really are our daughter. They were full of smiles. I guess all the effort was worth it. This looks nice. Let's see. Oh, it's a high fashion brand. Dress like this from now on. It would have been nice if you dressed like this before. Don't you think so, honey? Yes, you look so much better. Dad's voice is just so messed up. Ah, well. Just tell me if you need more money in the future. All right. Oh, wow, Professor. This must be your daughter. She's very pretty. Ah, Professor Lee! Here, he works at some that same research lab, yep. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. He didn't talk about you very often, so I was wondering who you were. Who knew you'd be this pretty? Oh. You must be so happy to have such a lovely daughter. You'll be in tears when you marry her off. I know. He's so crazy. Oh gosh, the accent's coming through. Sorry. He's so crazy about our daughter. He still worries whenever we go abroad. He certainly seems that way. Mom and Dad smiled brightly. I smiled too. I do love my parents, but we aren't exactly friendly and close like the families from TV. We are a normal family, both interested and uninterested towards another. But at this moment, I think we look like the friendliest family on earth. The daughter everyone admires and wants. Is it because I'm pretending to be that kind of daughter? And in order to be that daughter, I have to dress up like this. Prick, prick. My heels hurt. And for some reason, I felt my heart hurt too. Oh, poor Cutie. Like that, our first dinner in a year and 6 months ended smoothly. Mom was happy with how I've changed, and Dad proudly talked about me. We did talk about Grandpa a bit, but Mom and Dad looked like they didn't want to talk about him. The other professor went back when dinner was over, and at the end, it was just the three of us left. Great. Why don't you stay at the hotel since you've come all this way? No, I don't want to interfere when you guys are resting. Besides, you said you had to leave early in the morning tomorrow. Yes. I'm so happy to see you changed like this. It's nothing. I was very worried after Grandpa passed away, but I'm so proud that you're growing into this beautiful lady. I guess since Grandpa isn't here anymore, you care more about what others think. What? Grandpa always told you not to care about what others think. I didn't really like that, Mom said as if she felt relieved. Sure enough, Mom hasn't changed at all. She's still the worst. I can't stand her talking about Grandpa like that. I no longer wanted to stand there, the last thing she said. I'll get going. Honey? Something squirmed in my mind at her suddenly talking about Grandpa. It's not because Grandpa died that I dress up like this. I don't care about what others think. I like being myself. Comfortable dress, jeans, and sneakers. That's who I am. The way I look right now is so far from that. I wanted to go back, to the way I was before and to my home. I'll go now. Don't come out. I bowed to my parents. My parents lost words at my suddenly changed attitude. I can just call for a cab at the lobby. I hurried out. My heels kept on hurting. It hurts. Lance was right. This is a terrible idea. Thank you. I wonder if I texted him at all. Nope, didn't. I'm a strong, independent woman. I got off the cab and headed home. The night sky was already twinkling with stars. My feet hurt more as time passed. My feet, my heart, they all hurt. The clicking of my heels rang through the quiet night sky. While hearing that, I was swept away by an impulse to just take them off and throw them away. But I didn't head straight home and headed towards the road. I felt like I needed to just watch people pass by and gather my feelings. If I go home right now, I'll only get more upset. I didn't even see a street cat here. I was completely alone in this night street. Cold wind blew at my face. I walked a bit and sat on a bench I barely found. I massaged my feet to ease the pain. I occasionally heard the wind blow and cars swish by, and sometimes I heard small footsteps. I felt myself calm down listening to all those sounds. After sitting there for God knows how long, I thought I should head back. I was about to stand up from the bench. Yuri?
What are you doing here?
I was surprised at the sudden voice and raised my head. It was a familiar face. It was Yuri. Yuri? What is Yuri doing here? Yuri stood in front of me and asked.
What are you doing here? And dressed up like that?
Oh, no, I wasn't on a date. I was not. Oh, why is this the worst? It's just the worst. Everything's going so bad in this chapter. I wish this chapter had never started. Ugh. I hope Cutie actually explains instead of being like, I didn't want to say anything. Yuri frowned. It's that face again, as if he doesn't like what he's seen. I've seen that face before, and I felt hurt again. Oh, my parents came, so I saw them at the airport. I was on my way back.
But why are you sitting here by the road?
Then what are you doing wandering around at night? He usually takes his limo, so he has no reason to walk like this. I raised my head to look at him. He hesitated at my question, but soon answered.
I was walking home from the academy.
What? What happened to the car? It'd take at least 40 minutes to walk. He doesn't like to be bothered. It was so unlike him.
The car's at the academy.
What's gotten into you?
What about you? What are you doing here and not heading straight home? The streets are pretty dangerous these days. You can't sit here by yourself like this.
The house is right there. No one's going to kidnap me anyway.
Wait.
Yuri crouched down on his knee in front of me, and he took my foot and put it on his lap. Yuri?
Hold still. Your feet hurt right now, right?
Yuri took off my heels and looked around my feet, and he found the scratch that was tormenting me from earlier on.
The scratch is pretty bad. It must have hurt a lot. This isn't just from today, is it? Why did you wear this today? You should have put on something more comfortable.
Yuri took out a band-aid from his jacket and put it on my scratch. Oh.
I'll put this on for now, but when you get home, make sure to clean it. You can't get scars, alright?
And then he grumbled with worry about whether my other foot is okay. But he had his back to the moonlight, and I couldn't see his face. We were definitely looking at each other, but I couldn't distinguish his face or his thoughts. It seemed to show the distance between us. I felt upset. He doesn't even know who I'm wearing these heels for. He doesn't even know why I endured the pain. I became more upset. I felt like crying again. No, I don't like this. That's why.
What?
You bought these for me, so I'll wear them even if it hurts. For me... Yes, for me... They're my special glass slippers. I don't care how Yuri responds. I decided to be honest with my feelings. A car passed by and lit Yuri's face for a moment, but soon disappeared. I couldn't understand his expression. I don't know if he didn't feel good or if he was flustered. Heavy silence flowed between us for a moment. And finally, Yuri opened his mouth.
If you wear glass slippers every day, even the strongest Cinderella won't be able to endure it.
Yuri told me with worry. At his words and at his face, I felt more confused. Is he worrying because he likes me too? Or because I live with him? Or because he's a teacher? Ugh, silence flowed again. I opened my mouth first this time. I decided to gather up the courage. You know, Yuri...
Yes?
A boy asked me out today. That sounds like a terrible thing to say right at this moment. Let's just save over that. We don't need that anymore. I'm definitely not gonna say that. Why can't I say something? Just say you love him. Ugh. I know. He has to say it first. It's okay. Okay. Don't you have anything to say to me?
Anything to say?
Yuri looked at me as if he didn't know what I meant. Don't you have anything to say at how I look today? Yuri looked at me for a moment. At that moment, he looked like he had so much to say, but he soon erased that face.
Well, yeah, all right. Are you used to it?
Yuri looked at my heels and asked, "What?" Oh. Yuri was just looking at my shoes, not my face. I couldn't control myself as I reached out both my hands to grab his face and turn it towards me. How do I look today? Do I look pretty? Oh, Yuri gave me an awkward smile, and he gently put away my hands.
My honey's brave today. Then of course. My honey's been chosen by the gods like me. Of course you're pretty.
He was playful, as always. He gave me a light-hearted smile afterwards, but my heart sank deeper to see that. I didn't want to hear that. I took back my hands and gathered them on my lap, and I told him what happened today. Oh, why are you telling him? Well, maybe it's good. Spur him to action. Feel something. Emote in any way, somehow. Fine. I got candies today from some boy. Will he be interested if I say this? Will he care, even for a little bit? My hands sweated, and I heard Yuri's indifferent voice again.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Some students were saying.
That's why he walked home. I didn't realize that's why he walked home. He was so disturbed, he just had to walk home. But he's not gonna admit it, because he's a dummy. Don't give me that look.
I heard from the freshman girls. I heard he's a pretty nice guy. My eyes were definitely not wrong. See, I told you you're cute enough. My honey's in trouble now, since boys around you won't leave you alone.
Is that all?
What?
Is that all you have to say? Yuri didn't say anything for a while, but he soon gave a lonely smile.
Congratulations, Miss Maid. You've really become Cinderella. So, what are you going to do? Did you say yes?
Yuri tried to stroke my hair. I shook off his hand and stood up from the bench. I'll go first. I forced the heels onto my feet. The moment they entered the heels, I felt the pain. My feet hurt every time I took a step, but I clenched my teeth and walked straight home, trying my best not to falter. I'm so stupid. I was never smart, but now I'm the stupidest person on earth. My heart pounded as soon as I opened my eyes in the morning. I only thought about how Yuri would look at me. So every day I woke up early to dress up. People saw me slowly changing and complimented me on how I was getting prettier, but none of that was important. I didn't care about what other people thought. I only wanted to look pretty for Yuri. I wanted him to say that I looked pretty. It wasn't something I wanted him to say as if humoring a little child. My hopes were completely crushed. All my effort until now was gone to waste. The time, the effort, and the heart I poured into it was all pointless now. In the end, I was the same. I was no different from all the girls around Yuri. I felt pathetic for thinking I might be the special one. Why did I think that? I'm going to stop now. I don't want to feel hurt or keep back the tears like this. I wiped my face with my sleeves in front of the door. No more. Yuri doesn't like me. But what's more upsetting than that is the realization that I like Yuri more than I thought I did. Oh, Cutie, I'm so sorry. Curse you! Smarten up. Please. Damn. Tay, will you, slap him for me or punch him or something? Put a beautiful black eye on his face. Please. He's being such a dummy. You were here.
What are you doing here?
Just to get some air. That's obviously an excuse. I came to look for you. I knew you were around. She came into the house with her eyes all puffed up. Thankfully, everyone else was sleeping, so they didn't see. What do you think happened to the owner? She doesn't say anything, so I'm more worried.
Is there something you want to say to me? Then just get straight to the point.
To the point? That's nice. All right, listen up. I don't care about what you do outside, but if you make the owner cry one more time, I'll never forgive you. Whatever happens, I'll keep her away from you. So watch out. I'm warning you.
I'm probably the only one who knows you like this, you two-face. But I deserve to hear that. I'm so pathetic.
No, question mark person, I don't need you right now. I don't need you right now. Tay is threatening death upon another guy again. But this time, I'm okay with it. But then Yuri's realizing that he's pathetic, and now you're coming in here. And I gotta read this line of all things. It's giving me goosebumps. Okay.
This is fun. Is it that sad? Now, so stop crying and come to me. Come into my arms.
Another chapter has been ended.